Well, it's been a long time since this game was released, and what can I say? It's been an incredibly enjoyable experience, and I keep finding myself going back to this game every now and then. There's just something magical about this game that keeps it high for me. Even in the midst of the release of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, I'm still enjoying this game, and in literally a week from writing this, the first DLC pack will be released, so we here at 13-bit are certainly looking forward to that. Mario Kart 8 goes deeper into racing than any other Mario Kart game has ever gone. By this I mean the game has zero gravity, literally one of the best mechanics ever implemented into a Mario Kart game. It brings out something that no other Mario Kart could do, and adds a completely new dimension to a series that was already great. Aside from that, you have your typical Mario Kart gameplay. You can power slide, boost, and everything from Mario Kart 7 is back, including the glider and the ability to drive underwater, all of which tie into the zero gravity, which helps the experience feel that much more diverse and exciting. A good example of a course that ties all three of these together would be Twisted Mansion, where you go from driving flat to suddenly being on the side of a wall, then after another short regular sequence you're thrown into an underwater zero gravity section which is entirely zero gravity, and you can tell by the fact that the fish here are swimming sideways, which is a pretty cool feature. Nice attention to detail, to be honest. After this section you're then put into a glider section. It just all fits together really well, and if you found the new features of Mario Kart 7 boring, then you're going to find yourself having a much nicer experience here. Luckily it's not just the new courses that benefit from these, as even more retro courses return, and some of these take full advantage of the new zero gravity options, and some even change up the full design a little. Take Sherbetland for example. Originally you couldn't fall under the ice, but now you can. Not to mention that it even has a short zero gravity section here. This game has a huge variety of courses. It sticks to the now familiar formula of 16 new courses and 16 retro courses. This time around though, Nintendo really went all out. Some of the new courses are some of the best in the series, and looking at the retro courses, some of them don't even look like their original counterparts from the past games. If you are a Mario Kart veteran, this game will make you feel right at home, but for those who are new to the series, let me explain. Mario Kart is great because of how unpredictable it is. You could be in first place and bam, sent straight back into 6th place by this devil. You also have a completely random selection of items every now and then during your race. For starters, you have the already familiar ones: bananas, green shells, red shells, blue shells, bob-ombs, mushrooms, golden mushrooms, bullet bills, bloopers, fire flowers, stars, and lightning. This time round there is a few new additions though. These include the boomerang flower, which is an item that can be thrown a total of 3 times before you're unable to use it again. The piranha plant, which gives a player an extra small speed boost, while not super effective can be quite helpful. This item will also chomp down on other racers when close enough, and will also eat obstacles placed by other racers. The Crazy 8 grants players 8 different items. These include a coin, a bob-omb, a mushroom, a star, a blooper, a green shell, a red shell, and a banana, each of which can be used. And finally, there's an item that God sent down from the heavens, the Super Horn. This item lets out a large sound wave that hits other racers around you. It can also destroy other items like red shells and so on and so forth. But this item has one use that no other item has. It can destroy blue shells. Yes, you heard me, it can destroy blue shells. Another notable thing is that coins appear around the courses as an item that increases your max speed, which is a throwback to Super Mario Kart from the SNES. The one problem that comes with this though is that the coins can be collected as an item from item boxes, but this happens way too often. You can be in first place with a red shell chasing behind you, then suddenly get a coin instead of something like a green shell or a banana that would have helped you, and then you're sent back a couple places. It's not much of a problem to a good player, but it certainly can be annoying in online play. The whole item system has basically been redone. Unlike older Mario Kart games, you can no longer hold more than one item at a time, which adds a lot more challenge to the table. But this can also be another downfall of the game, considering that this means a player behind you has a better chance of taking over you, as you will find yourself completely vulnerable to other players. Another problem with the new item system is how badly balanced it is. I found myself in 9th place and have been given green shells, which don't exactly help me if I'm lacking far behind other players. And if you watch back to the Let's Both Play series I did with the Snova, you'll see that more than once we were able to get the Crazy 8 in 2nd place. And like I said before, coins are now an item and can completely destroy your first place pots sometimes when you're getting them over and over again with no green shells or bananas to aid you. Another thing to note is that blue shells are now much less common than they have been in the past games. Before you could find yourself getting hit by 2 or more blue shells in a single race, but this time you're going to only find yourself getting hit by 1, and sometimes none at all. But the whole rework of the item system makes for a much more frustrating experience no matter what place you're in. Mario Kart 8 works very similar to Mario Kart 7. Instead of the typical select a single kart with a character option, you have far more customization in place for this game. Or you can just make the weirdest thing you can think of. For example, Donkey Kong in a pink cat cart with monster wheels. So fabulous you are, Donkey Kong. It opens up a lot more for the player and can create a much more interactive experience. As for what karts you can choose, bikes are finally back from Mario Kart Wii with the glories of inside drifting. Thank you, Nintendo. There's a ton of options here for karts, bikes and off-roaders, so there's plenty to enjoy. My only gripe with this is that unlocking things in this game is far too easy. You're required to collect coins to unlock every single kart piece, and it doesn't take very long for you to do that, which leads to a lack of replayability, which is one of this game's weak points. Unlocking characters has also been terribly done this time round. All you're required to do is complete and win a Grand Prix to unlock each character, and as far as I can tell, it's also completely random who you unlock. One notable mention is that the gamepad by default displays a screen with a completely unneeded horn button that actually does nothing at all. I don't get the point of it, but at least it gives you the option to change the display to a map of the current course with the characters and items they have. You can also display the game itself on the gamepad, which is a really nice feature in case you really want to play this game on the toilet. Everyone's favourite battle mode is back again, but this time it's actually not that good at all. While it adds a new kind of experience with zero gravity and gliding, it doesn't feel as good as it has in the past. Let me explain. This time around, instead of battling in arenas, you battle on courses from the regular racing part of the game. At first it may not sound like a problem, but sometimes you can struggle to find where other players or bots are, because these maps are just too big for battle mode. While it is still fun when it works, it just feels like a mode that was tacked on at last minute to seem like they didn't forget it. Not to mention that there is still no sign of us getting anything new in the future for battle mode. All DLC is for racetracks, characters and karts, no battle mode maps included. While it may not be a huge fuss, it feels like they might have gotten a bit lazy with this. Online is also back again, and it's better than it has ever been. I never really find myself having any connection problems, and races typically go quite well. This time round though, in worldwide races, players will only have the option of 3 courses to choose from, and an option for a completely random course. This helps stop players from choosing the same track over and over again, and seriously helps the online mode be that much more fun to play, as the race changes up each time instead of just being Rainbow Road Nintendo 64 every time you play. You can also play with friends online again. Similar to how Mario Kart 7 worked, each friend is pulled from your internal friends list on your Wii U, and you can just drop in and drop out from any game. You can also join friends games whilst they're playing worldwide and in tournaments. On that note, players around the world can set up personal tournaments for friends in public to play. Lots of people hold these, so there's always time to join a tournament or two, and like Mario Kart Wii, you and one other friend can join an online lobby together locally with 2 controllers. Online mode is great fun, and any competitive Mario Kart player should find themselves delving deep into this mode to try and max out their VR to impress other players. Also, voice chat is a thing in this mode, but only in lobbies with friends, so it really isn't worth it, but it's nice that they included this feature. Finally, I'd just like to take a moment to appreciate this game's soundtrack. It is, by far, one of the best Mario Kart soundtracks to ever be created. Every song you've heard played in this video is something from this game, and I think both myself and those watching can appreciate how great the music is. Overall, Mario Kart 8 is a great experience, if not one of the best experiences in the series. Nintendo really threw all they could at us, minus an actually good battle mode, and made one of the best games to come out of the Wii U system. Tomorrow we'll get Mario Kart 8's first ever DLC pack, which includes Link from The Legend of Zelda. It's great Nintendo continues to support this game, and it's a perfect title to have in your library of games. I give Mario Kart 8 4 stars out of 5.